Welcome back to No Cap Recap. I'm your host, Denzel, and today we will be recapping Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. Revolution began to spread throughout the galactic motherworld dominion. And as you know, when people have power and they start hearing about rebellion, they're going to do everything that they can to stop it, right? We found a farmer by the name of Kora, played by Sofia Boutella. She's tilling her field outside of the rural village on one of the moons out there in the galactic space or what have you, and she's trying to find a lifetime partner. What you find out is that she's only been there in the village for the past 2 years, and she's trying to become a part of the village, but she understands that this is most likely a temporary piece, right? The mother world, the Galactic Republic or what have you, has always come and disrupted or destabilized these type of. So she's trying to figure out how she can fully assimilate into this community. Can she find love, truth, peace without the realities of war, of what she's dealt with in the past? The very next day, something pops in the sky that reaffirms her reality. The ship is called the King's Gaze. This is the Mother World's warship, the best of the best, and they arrive to extort the village. Turmoil and tension falls upon the council while Kora divulges their true intentions about, hey, this is not some negotiation. They're not here to make sure everyone's taken care of. They're here to take everything, destroy everything, and conquer everything. So as these rebels arrive, there's this admiral. There's this leader, right? He's looking for intel about the whereabouts of some rebels. And also he's looking for a harvest tax as well. He's looking to take and extort this village, plain and simple. So the leader decides to deny these requests and chaos ensues. The admiral says, hey, in 10 weeks, I want my harvest tax. Now, these villagers are still in hope, and they're hoping for mercy from the admiral and the mother world. Kora understands this is not anything that we can stop. We got to get out of here. And personally, I got to get out of here. So she starts to think about it's time to get out on the run. But after some discussion with some of the locals, she's having this contemplation of whether or not should I leave or should I go. The night that she is deciding to head out, there is this outpost of soldiers from the mother world that's already settled upon their village to oversee this whole operation of getting their harvest tax. And they decided to SA one of the local girls. Obviously, Kora, an honest soldier, and an android decide to not let that happen, right? So they take out that whole outpost. It's pretty interesting. I like that part because Kora gets down in that part. So yeah, it's pretty solid there. Comes to the understanding that I must go out and find these rebels to help protect this village in time. So as the plot builds, as we find more about Kora's past, it reveals that she was an actual mother world soldier. So this is the first thing I want to point out is that this movie is not based off of a book. This is an original story that Zack Snyder wrote. I feel like it was a generic story with mind-blowing visuals about a captured child being trained to be the deadliest protege of the most diabolical hierarchy, and now to exact revenge on those who stripped her of her innocence, her family, her life, and plummeting her into the life of pain and blood and destruction and death that she only knows now. The story is simply about her finding and building this band of outlaws and rebels to fight against the powers that be, which is some other world. So the story is easy to flow, and that isn't a bad thing. It's not complex. It's a good movie to watch during the holidays with family and friends. But some parts did annoy me. I can't lie there. So I don't want to spoil too much, but just want to let you know it's the part where they meet Tarek and what he has to do to set himself free to be able to go along in this journey, right? So that's the one part that I was like, that was easy. Oh my God, it's so hard, it's so difficult. Now it's easy. Okay. Some of the high points was the action and the introduction to the different characters and the different rebels was pretty cool, clean, polished, I would say. But sometimes I thought, why don't they help out the new rebel that they're just meeting so we can just go save this village? Like, why is this new rebel fighting by themselves and then this whole band of other rebels are just standing there watching? Like, I understand, hey, we're trying to give them a spotlight, but could it be a little bit more realistic? Like, I need to go make sure that this person is taken care of. They need to be a part of my team. I'm gonna go help them real quick so then we can just go. So, but the visuals Creatively executed, I think beautifully illustrated. I love the color scheme, the textures, the scale, and it reminds me of other Snyder films before that. I love like 300. That was great. But one thing is that I feel like the film needed another hour. And the reason why I say that is because I think it needed another hour to allow a fuller timeline, a couple more events, some completions of thought. Like, for example, I truly wanted a focus to be on Kora's past and a demonstration or a storyline of how she became who she was, along with a storyline about her combat abilities. I want to see her trial and error when it came to combat, because I felt like that was going to be a really big thing that I think that's one thing that I was expecting, but I just didn't get too much of. Don't get me wrong, Kora can fight. I just wanted to see a little bit more of like, how did she hone in those skills? One thing I absolutely hated though was the Admiral walking around in a shirt and a black tie like you just went to Joseph A. Banks. No disrespect. I got 4 suits from you guys and I like y'all suits, but I'm just saying, like, in this movie, it's space. The last thing I want to see is Agent Smith, right? I don't want to see that. I genuinely don't. So hopefully they switched the outfit there. Everybody else's outfits, the other aliens and characters' outfits were great. That's what I want to see. Is Rebels. It's supposed to be, sci-fi apocalyptic kind of a vibe there. And that was just the one thing that stuck out. It was like, why you got a suit and tie? Why do you have a button up in a tie on? After watching this, I was hoping to see is, does Snyder have something in the rebelmoon franchise? I say yes, but it needs some work to reach that next level, right? So my thought is to ensure that we have a more captivating villain. The Admiral isn't bad. He isn't bad, but we need more from him. Like, I personally wanted him to be a calculated berserker kind of a frame or form. So dark and ominous, but not trying to convince me that he needs to be feared, but fully embodying it and just making me believe that he is to be feared. I need to have some reservations when we are dealing with him when he shows up in the film. So other than that, I would have to give this movie about a 4. It's okay. It's okay. It has some work to do. I think they have a great start, though. I like the cast in general. I think they picked a good cast. Overall, the story, I would like the story to be a little bit more complex, a little bit more immersive. The villain isn't someone that I haven't seen before in other movies. The action is okay. I think that there needs to be more of a signature from Kora. Like, what is her signature moves? What is her signature fighting style? Maybe from there. I think everyone else had that except for her. So with that, happy holidays and be easy.